You guys, I am literally obsessed and I want to share it with you guys. What is up, you guys? Good morning. My name is Kira if you are new, and I just got the kids off to school just a little while ago. I'm starting to get hungry and I thought this would be a great time to share with you guys a little piece of my new obsession. So I've been to this restaurant called the Snooze AM Eatery twice with Vanessa. I think we found this restaurant about a year or so ago. It's close to the Trader Joe's and the Dollar Tree that we shop at. And so we were looking for a breakfast place to try, and we just kind of looked up breakfast places in the app on our phones, and this place came up and we decided to try it. It was like a gem to be found. I was so impressed with this place that when we left that first time, I said, wow, V, I think I've had one of the best sandwiches I've ever had in my entire life. And it was called the Bacon Sensation Sandwich. And it was just so good. Every element of flavors just went so well and complemented each other that I couldn't stop thinking about it. For a year, every time I would think about breakfast, I would think about the sandwich and I wanted to recreate it, but I wanted to go back and have it one more time so I can kind of remember all the layers and all the flavors. And finally, Vanessa and I were going to the Dollar Tree and I was like, hey, can we go back to Snooze? Like, I am really just kind of in the mood for that breakfast sandwich. And she said, oh yeah, I've been there a couple of times since I went with you. Every single thing I eat there is amazing. Let's go. So her and I went and I got this sandwich again. And you guys, it is just the most incredible thing. This might not be for everyone, but for me, this just checks off all of my boxes of all of my favorite things, especially when it comes to a breakfast food. So I'm gonna take you down to the counter. I'm gonna share with you how to make this Green Goddess cream cheese that goes on the sandwich, and then we're gonna assemble the rest together. And I'm really excited. It's kind of like a cold and dreary day here, so a nice warm breakfast sandwich just sounds super, super yummy. I'm like wrapped up in a cardigan. I haven't even done anything with myself today. So I'm looking forward to just kind of making this, sharing it with you guys, and then sitting down and having a nice warm sandwich. So let me take you down to my counter and I'm gonna share with you how to make my new obsession. You guys, I'm literally so excited to share this recipe with you. All right, so we're gonna start off first with making this Green Goddess cream cheese. And I looked up a ton of recipes and this was the best one that I can find. So we're going to start off with a block of 8 ounces of cream cheese. And then here I have a bunch of herbs. So I have some chives, I have some flat leaf parsley, I have some basil, I have some tarragon, I have a couple of cloves of garlic, I have a whole lemon here, and then some salt and pepper. So we're essentially just going to make a very creamy, herby cream cheese that's going to go inside of the sandwich. But the sandwich is also going to get bacon and eggs. And so for me, I've never had cream cheese on a sandwich with bacon and eggs before. That was very, very different, but incredibly good, and I had no idea. So that's what we're going to do with the cream cheese. And then here are the other ingredients. So I went ahead and ordered like a really special bacon from H-E-B because I wanted to be able to share this sandwich with you guys with a nice hearty bacon. It is called the Bacon Sensation Sandwich. So I got the Applewood thick cut bacon. So, so good. And then while I was in Sprouts, I picked up the micro arugula because they do put microgreens on this sandwich. And then 1 egg. It's odd that they only put 1 egg on, but I really think it suits it. You could add another one if you want to, but I just stuck with the one just the way that they serve it. And then these are brioche buns that I got from Sprouts also. You need the brioche bun. Walmart has them. A whole bunch of places have them. Get yourself the brioche bun. It makes a ton of difference. All right, so here here is just my cutting board, and I went ahead and minced up everything. The recipes all roughly call for about 2 tablespoons of all of the ingredients. I did 1 tablespoon of the dried tarragon because dried versus fresh is 2 entirely different things. And so just grab yourself a bowl and throw that cream cheese in there. The softer the better. I gave it a little test to make sure that it was room temperature enough, but truthfully, honestly, the softer the better. So now go ahead and start throwing in all of your things. So we're throwing in the chives, the parsley, the tarragon, the basil, the garlic, and we're going to mix that all up. I really just wanted to get the herbs good and mixed through the cream cheese. And then once I realized that it still wasn't as soft enough, I seasoned with salt and pepper and then squeezed in half of the lemon, and I kept going. I believe it was the parsley that I thought I cut a lot up of, and I didn't think I was going to need it all, but once I was done mixing it, I realized I could use all that was on my cutting board. So I put that in the rest of my lemon, and once I fished out my lemon seeds, I mixed everything together, and the 1 full lemon was just enough wetness to kind of make this really creamy cream cheese. That's it, you guys. Herbs, lemon juice, garlic, and this cream cheese, fantastic. And so now in my pan, I have a little bit of butter and our brioche buns face down in this pan so that they can start to grill. And then I cracked my egg and I broke my yolk, and I was so disappointed. You can obviously do your egg any way that you would like to. There's no specific way that it comes, but the runny yolk for me makes all of the difference. So I realized I was just going to finish cooking off this egg, and I ended up putting it in the dog's batch of food and said, forget it. I am making another egg. Like, we are going to do this sandwich right. So our buns were toasted. The egg was done. Once I realized it was a good fried egg, out of the pan it went. The bacon at this point was done. I just cooked it in a sheet pan in the oven at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. So bacon was done. I used the grease. I put it in the pan and blam. Tried one more egg, and this time I got a nice unbroken yolk. But you know what? I think the pan was too hot and I ended up overcooking my egg anyways. But all right, our bun is good and toasty. I put the cream cheese in a little Tupperware in the refrigerator while we were prepping the rest of the stuff. You can put on as much cream cheese as you want. I happen to love myself a good amount of cream cheese. This cream cheese was so good, and who knew that cream cheese with bacon and eggs was that amazing. But now we're going to put on our bacon, and I will say that you want to be a little generous with the bacon because it's the star of the show. That's why there's only 1 egg on this sandwich, because it's really more bacon. I feel like it's a breakfast BLT without the tomato. Add cream cheese. I don't know. Maybe it's not even close to a BLT, but whatever. Once your egg is done and cooked to your liking, I did over easy, which ended up being close to over hard. I added those microgreens and then threw the top on, and I just, my mouth was salivating and I couldn't wait, and I gave it the smush test, and I wanted like a burst of yolk, and nothing. And so I cut it open. FYI, don't use a butter knife to cut through really thick bacon. It doesn't really work so well. But once I went ahead and cut through, I saw that it was still a little wet on the inside, and that's all I really like about the yolk, because I like that it creates like a wetness to everything. But holy cow, you guys, the most amazing breakfast sandwich: cream cheese, microgreens, bacon, eggs on a brioche bun. Oh my God, do it. You won't be sorry. Can we talk for a second on how stinking incredibly amazing that was? Holy cow, you guys. I chose my happy coffee mug for today because that sandwich makes me happy. I don't know what it is. I love the toasted brioche bun. I think the Green Goddess cream cheese just goes so well with the sweetness of the bun, but the cream cheese is very, very savory. So those flavors go so good together. And then the applewood bacon, there's just a slight hint of sweet to the bacon. Otherwise, that's savory. And then of course you have an egg, which is savory. So it's just like a whole bunch of savory explosion. Oh, plus the microgreens, obviously that's savory also. So you have all of that really herby flavor with this bacon and egg, but then you have that slight sweetness from the bacon and that brioche bun. It's like an explosion in your mouth of flavor. I I'm over the moon. I feel like maybe the Green Goddess cream cheese from Snooze might be a little bit more herby, but I think that also kind of comes from the fact that I couldn't find the fresh tarragon and I was only able to find the dried. So I think that maybe if I had a little bit more fresh herbs, it would have been a little bit more of that vibrant green, or being that they make it in-house, they might muddle it. You know, like when you make a mojito and you put mint in the bottom of like a mortar and pestle and you muddle it, I think that if I were to maybe muddle the herbs a little bit, it would have given a little bit more greenness to the cream cheese, because I do feel like the cream cheese in Snooze is more green. This was white cream cheese with herbs in it. I feel like the cream cheese at Snooze is a little bit more of like it itself is green, but this is not their recipe. I just recreated Green Goddess cream cheese and then reassembled the sandwich. So obviously they could make their cream cheese just a little bit different, but I feel like the compilation of flavors was still there and spot on and so good. So if you guys try out this breakfast sandwich, please come back and let me know, or put it on Instagram and tag me, because I feel like I'm gonna start a revolution with this bacon sensation sandwich, and everybody is gonna get on board with this thing and they're gonna fall in love, and it's gonna be the new rage. Everyone's gonna want it and they're gonna talk about it forever. And I'm gonna be the one that vaulted everybody into wanting to try it. I swear, I'm gonna start a revolution because this thing is so darn good. And yes, I did spend a crap ton of time today talking to you guys about a breakfast sandwich, but you know what? Sometimes, you guys, it's the little things in life. So thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know if this is something that you think you would try. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.